Here is what he had to say. I want to stay in Vancouver now, but I also want to play for a team that's winning and has the chance to go far into the playoffs every year. I feel like we've got a chance to do that next year. If we have that chance when my next deal expires, I don't know. I just want to play where there's a chance of winning. He went on to say, right now, we're not in an agreement, but I'm not worried that we're not going to solve it eventually. Both parties need to be happy in order to find a solution, but I'm not worried about that. So, Dano, you played in this league a long time. You look at those comments, you read those comments about winning and sort of alluding to the fact that maybe if Vancouver is not competitive, he would be willing to play elsewhere. How do you take those comments from Elias Pettersson?
I like it. I like my top player, my star player, saying he wants to win. I mean,
we all fired up.
Absolutely. I'm tired of. You hear this all along at times where, look, he's going to make a boatload of money. We know that. All the star players make a boatload of money, but they've got to make sure not just lip service. It connects to the heart, and I feel Pettersson is at that stage of his career. He's going, no, I want to have success. I want to win, and he knows how big of a part of it he is for the Vancouver Canucks. And the Canucks, they're a type of team we saw a couple of years ago that has that opportunity. Now it's up to the general manager and certainly the rest of his staff, Jim Benning and his staff, to make sure that they continue to take those steps. We saw it a couple of years ago where they had a terrific run in the playoffs. They've got a great young nucleus there. They got to make sure they're insulated with the right veterans. And some people at times don't think they're making right decisions, but Canucks have a lot of good hockey players, and I think they're going to be a team that could make some noise as well this season in an 82-game schedule.
To quote you in our meeting earlier today, well, what's he supposed to say? Of course he wants to win hockey games.
No, but
I
I feel it.
Stuff.
I liked what he said. He said it in a good professional manner that, no, I'm not worried about the contract. We'll work that out, but I'm letting my organization know I want to be part of success. I want to be part of a winner, and he knows how big a part of that he is moving forward if it's going to be long term.
How much pressure is on the Vancouver Canucks, not just to make Elias Pettersson happy, but to make sure this team takes a step forward this year? Because it's been a couple seasons now where they've just kind of like teetered a little bit.
No, it's very important. And you see a lot of organizations right there on the bubble of not only being a playoff team, but being a team that can contend in the playoffs and be a Stanley Cup contender. And again, I know it was an unprecedented year a couple of seasons ago as well in the bubble, going into the playoffs. But the Canucks showed what they're capable of. I mean, they're a good team. They've got a lot of good players. They're coached very well by Travis Green. Now it's about taking the next step. The league is so close. The competitive balance, the margin for error is so slim. But the Canucks are in that mix for me of one of those teams that can be a playoff team and be a contender eventually if they make the right decisions in the offseason. I know,
well, let's take
evaluating that, and it's important to keep Pettersson happy.
Well, let's take a look at some of the additions that they have made so far in this offseason. I believe there it is. So you look at, I mean, this is a lot going on for the Vancouver Canucks. When you look at this, you look at some of the additions they've made. I mean, Connor Garland is a heck of a player. Jarro Halak, great goaltender. Luke Schenn on the back end provides some depth. And on the other side, you know, they lose some players in Jay Beagle, veteran guy there, Alex Edler, Nate Schmidt experiment didn't really work out. What do you make of the changes the Vancouver Canucks have made?
I like some of those changes. I mean, I look at Connor Garland. He is a heck of a hockey player, has a high motor, so he's right in the prime of his career, so that can make them better up front and give them more depth. I look at guys like Luke Schenn and Tucker Pullman on the back end. Those are types of defensemen you need. Luke Schenn coming off a couple of Stanley Cup championships, whether he was in the lineup every night or not, he's physical, he's tough. You need those pieces to support and surround your offensive players like the Bo Horvats, like Pettersson, like Miller. We can go on down the list. They've got a lot of skillers, so I've liked some of the moves they made.